never too old to sweep the floor. Hey guys, it's Paul Herman. Welcome to the Body and Soul Shop. Today I'm working on this custom truck frame, nitpicking all the little things that we want to fix on it, make sure everything's right, safe, and everything. So that's what we're doing right now. This is where the gas tank sits. And so previously it had been cut out for the gas tank to set up in there, but it was left open. So now I'm going back and boxing everything and to give it extra strength. It'd probably been fine if it wasn't, but I'd rather have it stronger than not strong enough. So welding it all in here solid and putting some gussets and things in, so I'll show you what we're doing here. So this is what we started with. This was an open C channel, and I made the plates to put in there, boxing plates, inlaid them down because I couldn't afford to have it up here on top. It would eat up my gas tank room, so that's why it's sitting down flush, and then I'll grind that and finish that off. As you can see on the other side, this side's already metal finished and ready to go. And so what we'll do next is get the frame all sanded down, sand all the primer that's on it, and we'll start doing filler work on some things to smooth it out. All the welds around the tubing and braces and stuff, this stuff will all be molded in, much like if you're doing a custom chopper or something. That'll all be smoothed in with a little bit of filler, so it's all nice and flowing. This frame originally had a really big kick up in the back, but because of our application, it wasn't going to work for us, so we cut it down, and you can see how it was all constructed here. And then the more I looked at it, the more I wanted to put a gusset in here. So I made 2 gussets and got them welded in, and I still got a metal finish everything here yet, grind it and stuff, but I just wanted that extra strength right here in the back. It probably would have been fine without it, but I really felt like I should do that. Then I'm just going through and filling in any excess holes, welding them shut. We'll grind that all off and make it smooth. And as I was talking about molding in welds, I take my burr bit and kind of go over the top of the weld, just knock it down a little bit. I don't ever want to hurt the integrity of the weld. Then I put a little bit of filler around it. Of course, this hasn't been sanded or smoothed out yet, but that'll give you a little bit of an idea how I do that. So now these, I'm going to call them beauty holes, I guess. I don't know what else to call them. They have this little spike thing in the center. This particular hole right here is underneath the cab, and so it's not necessary to be there. You'd never see it, but I am going to take it out, and you can see on the other side how I've already done it. I ground this whole lip off flush, and then I took a hole saw and cut a plate steel that's as thick as the frame is, inlaid it in there and welded it solid, as you'll see on the other side. So this hole's going away on this side, but the remaining 4 will stay. Gives it an extra pop. Nice piece of chrome here, just odds and ends, things that give you some eye candy. So as I said before, I ground this lip off that was right around here, hole sawed a piece of steel, laid it in there and welded it solid. Now I'll grind that off and metal finish it, and you'll never know it was ever there. Okay, since this thing is pretty much set around since 2016, 17, something like that, 16, 17, the chrome and stuff kind of just got dirty. So wasn't in bad shape. It's always been stored inside and everything, but so we went over it and cleaned all this up, got it ready to go. And so whenever the chassis is done, we'll just start rolling all the polished pieces back in it, and the bling will come alive. So some of you guys are probably going, well, what's this plate back here? No, it's not the license plate holder. This is a dropout battery box plate. Okay, so the convenience of having this dropout battery box is it's very convenient. You know how hard it is to be underneath the vehicle and trying to get a battery up in place and get the cables and everything on it. So when you just pop these 2 levers, the thing just slides down, and it just makes life a whole lot easier to put your battery in and out if you have to. Hey guys, today Seth and I are working on this frame, going over all the welds and stuff and just kind of molding everything in. Our buddy Bobby's been here for a couple days helping us on it, just DAing it, getting it down there with 80 grit. Somebody had primed it at one point in time, and I don't think they cleaned it right, so we're taking it all back down to the bare and doing it right, going to edge prime it and everything. So anyway, that's all good. So here's what I'm talking about. We just go around it, finger in the filler just a little bit, just to give it a nice rounded radius. It just makes it look a lot better when it's all finished. Okay, so back on the 65 F100 here, we've got the original Ford 9-inch. We're going to switch out the axles. And I've already cut off all the brackets from the factory that were on there and getting ready to start mounting the 4-bar stuff up on it. So one of the reasons we're changing out the rear axles is because Ford had 5.5-inch bolt pattern on the F100, and we've got 4.5 up front with the Crown Victoria, so we just want to keep all the bolt patterns the same. Even though we're not going to use the same wheels front to back, we're going to have a lot wider wheel on the back, but just want to switch it out So that's why we're doing that. Okay, so when we're getting ready to put the 4-bar in, there's a lot of measuring and cross measuring and everything just to make sure we get it dialed in exactly the way we want it. And it's just a little time consuming, but not no big deal. Today we got some very special guests with us, the owners of the 53 Studebaker that we just finished. So we'd like to introduce them and let them give you their thoughts on the car.
Hi, I'm David. This is my wife, Ann. We've been married 52 years, and I've really enjoyed old cars for a long time. And Ann has been a partner with me in that. Paul and I were talking about several cars, and I had seen some Studebakers recently that were well done. And I just mentioned to him, I said, Paul, I wouldn't mind doing a Studebaker. And in a few days, maybe a week, Paul knew a gentleman here in the Gallatin community. We got the car purchased and brought it to the shop. I started coming out and visiting with Paul and the staff here at the garage about once a week, and noticed that they were very meticulous. They had a plan, an idea about how to proceed every inch of the way, everything from beginning to take the wheels off to taking some fenders off, getting down to see what was rust and what was still metal. The welding that they did was phenomenal, and also the way that they could take a piece of metal that was a flat piece of metal and shape it into something. The engine cover is just phenomenal. In fact, we had it at a car show, and people just could not get over looking at that engine cover and the little wheels that match the wheels on the car. So when you roll the hood forward, everything just fit together.
Paul stayed in touch with us so much. We became friends, and he talked with us every week, several times a week, possibly. And he always made sure that he had what David had in mind before he even attempted to start that process.
I know that it doesn't always work out that way with some builders, but Paul had the ability, the talents to do it, as well as willingness to listen. As we talked about, we didn't want a very wild, modified car. We wanted a mild resto mod, and that's exactly what we got.
Right. He certainly did deliver a wonderful car. And I just wanted to mention that the car gets a lot of attention at the car shows, at the cruise-ins, and just coming over to the shop today, people blew their horns when they saw it.
We went to the Darrell Starbird Custom and Hot Rod show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a large indoor show. We were selected to be part of the top 9 cars out of 985 cars. And we had judges coming by looking at our car as many as 3 times. We even had one man who used to work for Darrell Starbird, who is retired now, but we had the pleasure of having dinner with him and his wife, and then they, after dinner, they came back and sat and looked over the car for over 30 minutes. They know what a real custom car is, and they really liked it.
Would you recommend the Body and Soul Shop for restoration?
Yes, absolutely.
2 thumbs up if you approve. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. God bless.